Welcome everyone to the Power Player Show Extended. All right, so we got just a little bit of time on the air to really get into your ascension, man. From Jamaica to ECC to Buff State to Denny's to Hutch Restaurant to your own restaurant in Hamburg to now working for, to bless Jamaica the way it needs to be done.
You see, like, whatever I do, I like to put Jamaica on the map. Like, whatever, like my Instagram, I got a big Jamaican flag. Whatever I cook, I got Jamaica. I'm always pushing Jamaica out there. It's like, my plan though, I always try to get like culinary students that want a better life, here to get the experience that they deserve, because they can't go to school in Jamaica. It's so expensive. So coming here is just so much more opportunity for them to learn and get to learn different cuisine here too. So my plan is to get people like young culinarians here in this country, either work for me or someone else, So that's my plan to try and do
a pipeline.
Yeah,
create a bridge. And look, no better person to back it up than you. I mean, because you created that pipeline, right? It's like Harriet Tubman was able to get people and bring them to Canada because she'd been there.
Yeah.
Right. So you actually been there, and so that's blessed. So you like Harriet Tubman for chefs and culinary students, man. And so here we are. Today is actually his second anniversary, man. So last year on this day, he was at the Color Musicians Club.
Next door
with a private, display of his genius. And today, a year later, he is right next door at the legendary WFO as a power player, y'all. You never know what God has in store for you, man. It's such a power player, baby. You better believe it. I love it. That's the emoji logo, man. We're going to use that, man. So look, I want to talk about this article real quick before you go, man, because not a lot of people, from Buffalo, get listed on ESPN, and then you take that number and it goes even lower when it's like how many people who are cooks make it on ESPN. Like, how can a cook from Buffalo make it on ESPN? But I guess when you're cooking up for Devon Singletary Motor, and and Diggs, and Josh Allen and them boys, that's where you go. So how did that feel to be listed, in this article on ESPN?
When they reach out to me that they want to feature me, I'm like, me? ESPN? I'm a chef. They're like, man, we've been watching you for a while now. You're doing great things for the Bills players. The Bills is doing great this year, so we want to feature you. I'm like, okay then. My wife was like, that's a big deal right there, because I'm from Jamaica. Come on, man. I don't know much about football. I play soccer. I play cricket. True. So I'm like, I don't know much about football or ESPN, because I'm just gonna keep you honest with you.
Yeah, man.
So my wife is like, that's a big deal. So I'm like, okay, let's go with the flow, man.
Yeah.
And they interviewed me, and it was amazing.
Yeah, the article is great. Listen, all you gotta do is type in his name, type in ESPN. It's not hard to find. We'll make sure we share the links, man. It's gonna let you know that you can do it too, man. You can be inspired by this brother's work ethic and by his vision, his ability to just go and do, man. That's why he's here today as a power player, man, because he keeps making moves and pulling off plays, and he's doing it with power. And I understand you also, before COVID, you had a house of worship that used to freaking a little bit, man. So, talk a little bit about that power, because look, if we don't talk about that power, we ain't telling nothing. So, like, what's your connection with that heavenly power?
Yeah, so I used to go to Lincoln Memorial. I was there like almost every Sunday with my wife, off and on, because we got kids, and the kids are bad in church, running around. So I'm like, we're starting like virtually because of COVID now, but I'm a member of Lincoln Memorial on Main Street. And Pastor Nicholas here, the man. Love you guys, man. But
and that's where the power comes from. Jamaica is a heavily religious place.
So I grew up going to church like every Sunday. My grandmother, I used to sometimes, I'm like, I was a kid, I didn't like church that much.
Right.
My grandmother used to hunt me down trying to find me to go to church.
Crazy.
So, and then I just fell in love with the Lord.
I know. And look, if you've never seen Christmas, like, if you've never been to Jamaica for Christmas, like, how was Christmas in Jamaica?
Christmas in Jamaica is like a big party.
It's like
celebration.
Mad, like overload.
We have this thing we call Grand Market. It's like before Christmas. It's just a big celebration. It's like all these vendors. You go out and shop. It's like a big stage show.
Right, Christmas is a big deal. And so this Christmas, I know you're going to be helping out some people with some good things, man. So just stay on this Instagram, stay locked, Keep it connected on his Instagram. Give me Instagram again, please.
Chef Darian Bryan, man.
Chef Darian Bryan. We'll share the links as much as possible so that you ain't got to search too much. And I'll tell you what, why don't you go ahead and go check out that magazine, right? Because all his links will be in there, all right?
Yeah.
So why don't you go to BuyBlackWesternNewYork.com, all right? And you find all his links there. This is the Sixth Mirror, man. I want to appreciate you so much, man.
One love, man.
One love, man. One love. One love. All right, man. So that's it. We'll see you again, man. Next week, Power Player Show. You never know who's going to be on the air, man. I'll tell you what. You never know. You never know. So make sure you keep it locked. Thank you, Chef.
I mean,
appreciate you.
Man.